and foremost, great win tonight. We're able to get it done against a tough El Paso side. We're able to fix a lot of the errors that were talked about last time to make keep possession in the midfield, capitalize on our attacks. So, what was the message to the team this time around, and what did you see that was positive on our end?
I think one of the things that we talked a lot about this week was about being able to get shots on target. Fortunately, we did. There were still some close range shots that we missed, but one of the things we were emphasizing over the last week and a half is making sure that we have shots on target. And secondly, we knew that they were going to be a very good, experienced team that keep the ball very well. They combine extremely well. And so we were able to reference some of their midfielders and limit, some of their longer passes and penetrating passes. Unfortunately, it wasn't until the end where we probably we weren't as good at it as we needed to be.
Coach, how are you? Good evening. Congrats on 3 points.
How are you? Yeah. It's, we were in dire need of those 3 points, so it's really a 6-point swing, obviously, because they're right behind our heels, and we want to make sure that we keep some distance between us and them. And so, still feel that we still have a lot of soccer to prove, and we still have a lot of things that we need to work better as a team. And I think that the last 3 games, as you can see, they overall as a team, I think they're a little bit better in regards of their how they know each other. We're still, we're still tinkering with some things. We're still missing some guys, and I think there's our better soccer still to come.
Last one real quick. How did it feel like not having a true 9 out there tonight and getting different players up front and producing for you?
It's not something we want, but it's just out of dire need. You know what I mean? You rather play with a true 9, just a guy who's a target. But however, sometimes when you don't play with a 9, it's difficult to reference certain guys. And I think some of the guys that we had there, their movements are very good. The only problem is there are too many times, and as you guys can probably see, when we were getting in certain areas, there was just no representation inside the box. So that's something that we talked about, at halftime, and I think we did a little bit better job at it.
Alex Del Barrio.
Gerson, good to see you, man. A couple, just kind of a 2-part thing. One, were the guys or the staff thinking about the game in El Paso before playing on that tiny little field, and then the ricochet that was the only goal of the match, to try to make sure you guys put a strong effort early in this one? And 2, is Wilmer sick of us already and he sent you out here to do his dirty work, or what?
No. Wilmer has, a personal something that he has to take about,
Okay.
a family thing that he had needed to take about, and so he didn't think you would mind seeing me, once again.
Of course not.
Especially after a win, so it's a little easier to come after a win. So, no. It's just, before the game, we just felt that. I think that when we played at El Paso was probably our worst performance of the year overall. I just didn't think, and a lot of it, I think El Paso had a lot to do with that, you know what I mean? Also, but a lot of things that we could have done better that we needed to take care of, we just didn't. I think in the second half of that game, we improved a little bit, but still not enough. So yeah, we did have a bone to pick with, but we don't look, after who's the next guy. No, 2 games from there, we don't look past anybody. So right now, the next game is we're already talking about preparing for Rayados. And then the next game, obviously Austin, but all you Tigres fans, I know you're pulling for us. So big smile. But I just think that we keep growing as a team. I think we need to get healthier, and once we do that, it's I think our better soccer still to come.
And Gerson, one more for me. I know it's been a rough transition, this past year, but I don't know how you want to approach this, but are you guys having more fun this year? Like, is it more fun being around the team this year with everything that kind of was hard about coaching this team before, and in terms of the way you guys are playing now? Is it more? Are you having more fun?
Well, I pretty much picked who I wanted to this time. So
Yeah.
and you know what I mean? And we do and we run and we do certain things according how we want, you know what I mean? And so it's a little easier because a lot of times, you know, you gotta come here and give explanations sometimes, you know, with certain things that, you know, sometimes you agree with and sometimes you don't agree with. And so that's a little tough. Plus the other thing is, you know, there's a lot of times, and especially, you know, last year, and there were moments in which, you know, you're going to a gunfight with, you know, 2 bullets in your chamber. Now, you know, we have a couple more. And so it's a little easier, you know, to go into battle, knowing that okay, you know, this is who we have. We have some guys. We have some bullets in our chamber, and that doesn't mean that you're always going to win. You know what I mean? But you're giving yourself a better opportunity. But like we said, we knew what we were getting ourselves into, you know, in previous years, and I know that's not something that our fans hear, you know, and you guys wanted to hear or know, but. That, I mean, what we did was the goal of this team at that time. You know, obviously things have changed. Mr. Cantu decided to make a change in regards to, you know, how he wanted to operate, and when they hired Wilmer, I thought he was the right guy, and unfortunately, you know, he asked me to stay, and he knew what what we could do together, and hopefully, you know, we'll see the fruits of that work of us two together.
I'm glad to see us smiling more at the soccer games, man. It's good to see you.
Well, remember, you're no longer getting the full blame, so it's a little I don't have people questioning substitutions that sometimes I'm not making. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, what is he doing? And you're like, hey, well, go ask up there who's making this. You know, so. But no. With all kidding aside, I think that, you know, in previous years the relationship was good. You know what I mean? And it's just a different thing now. It's a different setting, you know. Now you're trying to win championships as opposed to develop players. And I think developing players, we did that, because when you look at the roster and where some of those guys have gone, we did that. You know what I mean? Now it's about trying to win. And when you're trying to win, you bring in a different type of player. And, you know, we do have those, and we're still missing some, you know what I mean? And so I think, you know, where we are in the table and how we're able to go into these games, it's different. And it's not because we're in first place, because I mean, we could have been in third, fourth, but it's still different. You know what I mean? So
right,
that's what it is.